או שמה או בתוך אמבטיה, אני לא מדבר יותר.
אוקיי, אנחנו נצא לפה.
אתה הולך מסביב, לא מכאן, קדימה. קח את המצלמה שלך וקדימה.
אבל למה
את לא מרגשת אותי עם...
In 1937, Winston Churchill said of the Palestinians, I quote, I do not agree that the dog in a manger has the final right to the manger, even though he may have lain there for a very long time. I do not admit that right. I do not admit, for instance, that a great wrong has been done to the Red Indians of America or the black people of Australia. I do not admit that a wrong has been done to these people by the fact that a stronger race, a higher grade race, a more worldly wise race, to put it that way, has come in and taken their place.
إلى حظره وقمعه وجاء القانون الدولي لمنع الدولة وإحقاق الحقوق غير القابلة للتصرف وعلى رأسها الحق في تقرير المصير.
Hi, His Excellency Mr. Al-Maliki for his statement, and I now give the floor to His Excellency Mr. Eli Cohen.
Mr. President, Minister of Foreign Affairs, members of the Security Council, as we meet here today, young babies, children are held in Gaza. This is beyond imagination, a living nightmare of 3, 10 years old, Abigail, 3 years old, Maya, 17 years old, Raz, 4 years old, Aviv, 2 years old, Ariel, 4 years old, Fear, little Fear, only 9 months, Yuval, 8 years old, Ophir, 17 years old. There are just a few
rocks like this that are thrown at Israelis in their cars and on buses. They are thrown at Israeli men and women, at Israeli babies and children every single day. In 2021 alone, Israelis suffered 1,775 rocket attacks by Palestinian terrorists, but the world says nothing. Members of the Council, would you consider it a terror attack if a rock like this was thrown at your car while driving with your children? This is exactly the kind of attack that claimed the life of 4-year-old Adele Beaton and others. What would you do, honorable delegates?
The collective punishment, as he put it, of the Palestinian people. And I want to talk about that in the context of the blockade and keeping fuel out of Gaza. I just wonder if you think that that is really necessary.
You know, I'm very puzzled by the constant concern which the world and also Britain, I must say, Mark, is showing for the Palestinian people and is actually showing for these horrible, inhuman animals who have done the worst atrocities that this century has seen.
internal determinations here at the State Department.
I would say you've come out much more quickly than that. Given the amount of time that the bombing has been going on in Gaza, you've had enough time. You've had more time than in some cases.
We have not seen Russians warning civilians to vacate apartment buildings when they launch them. We've seen evidence in Russia's case of deliberately targeting civilian infrastructure.
So you have made some kind of assessment.
I'm saying that's the difference in the situation and facts that we haven't seen here.
No, but the fact that you have made a determination, because what you just said to Simon is that you made a determination that Russia deliberately targeted civilian, and you have made a determination in this case that Israel is not deliberately doing that. I'm sorry, I don't see, there's no other way to read what you,
we were able to show and make the determination in the case of Russia that they were intentionally targeting civilian infrastructure. We have not come to that conclusion here.
With Israel.
With Israel, yeah.
Okay, so that means that you have thus far determined that Israel is complying with the laws of war.
It does not mean that. It means that we have not conducted, again, Matt, I know you want me to make a claim that usually is at the end of a formal legal process, and I'm not able to do that.
I don't think that's correct at all. And in fact, it's exactly as Simon said. You guys were very quick off the bat to accuse Russia of, and probably correctly, of committing war crimes and doing that kind of thing. But in this case, and it's now 2.5 weeks in, you guys are saying, you guys won't say whether you will make a determination, even though many others have. Or many others have weighed in, either on the yes, they are complying, or no, they are not complying.
I'm saying
and so I think that what the world is looking for is a clear statement from you guys, whether you think that they are heeding your advice. And it sounds to me as though you're saying, yes, they are. But when you're pressed on that, you won't give an answer.
Again, we believe they are listening to our advice, but I cannot make the formal. I just cannot make the formal determination when it comes to every one of the strikes that's been launched. Go ahead, Said. Go ahead. And then
just very quickly. So you're saying,
I do want to give other people a chance, but go ahead.
You're saying that dropping leaflets on people.
I'm sorry.
Dropping leaflets on people, telling them that we're going to bomb this site, like 3 or 5 minutes before, is actually complying with the laws of war. Is that what you said?
Saeed, I am not able to sit here at this podium and talk about the specifics of every. Saeed, I'd let you finish the question. Let me finish the answer.
Sure.
Of every individual strike, to make a determination of a war crime, you need to be able to do these very fact-specific determinations and compare them about what international law requires, and see if the international law has been violated. I'm not able to make that assessment. Certainly not as with facts that you were giving to me about whatever strike.
You just said they informed them.